Check 1, 2, 3, test. We are testing the Lumix S1 Mark I. I have a photo shoot finally scheduled for next week where we will be utilizing this camera, and I'm very excited about it. I'm excited to see what this camera can actually do for me and the images that will come out of camera. I'm really loving this camera so far. This is in Vlog. I don't know who that is. Check 1, 2. Mic, check 1, 2. Get the mic a little closer. Check 1, 2. Check. Sound, how is sound? Check 1, 2, 3. I love this AGC. It's awesome. AGC is awesome. I can yell as loud as I want, and it won't clip, and still sound great. Love it. AGC for the win. Because this is pre-32-bit float. So who needs 32-bit float when you've got AGC for the win for dirt cheap? That's all I gotta tell you. Love it. Let's get down a little bit lower and get the frame a little bit better. All right, friends. Well, let's check this out. Let's see what this looks like. We are not exactly centered. That feels a little better. Feels a little better. That is. Oh, by the way, this is with the grid. 10% with the grid. And what I want to do is open up the grid. I want to open up the grid a little bit. I want a little more light shine in there. So I opened up just the top corner of the grid right there just to see how that would look. We're already at the base ISO of 640, so that's not going to make any difference. But we are at 10%. There's no other ambient light on at all. Now what I do want to see is what happens when we go from that key light to the tiny key light. Now we have the tiny key light on at 10%, I think. I think we did do 10%. Kind of like that a little better. I have, oh good golly, Adam. All right, I've now lowered that key light, the small one, the NEEWER MS60B. Get on my face. There we go. I've now lowered the MS60B to 10%, 5%. It is now at 5%, but it's awfully high. I want to see what happens if I lower it, if I can get a little bit less shadows, wrinkles, less of my wrinkles. Now does that cut out some of my wrinkles in my face? Using the key light a little bit lower. Let's shoot in something different. Okay, because now we are in Cine D, I think. I think we're in Cine D, but now I could lower the ISO all the way down to like 125. And I've got my key light basically on me. Now I've got my key light on me. My key light is on me. I see a lot of my wrinkles. Let's get as close as possible. Key light is on me now, but I've got ISO all the way down to 125. Circular polarized filter on here. No ND filter. But I can at least lower the ISO, and that's what we want. I want to get rid of that ISO number without using a variable ND. All right, now we are back in Vlog. We're back in Vlog. So I have to be at a base ISO of 640. Now I have the variable ND set to a minimum. But let's say I want to light a little bit more of my face. Not the background, just my face. I don't even know what I went up to, but just judging by eye, I'm now 2¼ stops to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the right, to the left. I'm 2¼ stops underexposed, raised my key light, but I've got less going on in the background now. Now I can even get less back there and just keep my key light on me. How about that? That to me seems like a nice sweet spot. I still get my 2½ stops underexposed. Seems like I am pretty well lit and my background is nice and dark. I do have the variable ND filter on and the CPL, the circular polarizing filter. That was hard. Okay, so see the difference between changing just a few different parameters and the image that you get. You get a completely different image. Also, a completely different background. Now, if I want to, I could even get rid of more of that background, crank up that key light a little more. Let's find a happy place. Maybe that's a happy place. Now that to me seems, okay, we're 3 stops. We're full. All right, we are 3 stops underexposed. Key light is relatively bright. I don't even know what number it's on. I just kept cranking it up. But I can maintain my base ISO of 640 in V-Log. Get my background dark using a variable ND, circular polarizing filter, CPF, on, and shoot in V-Log and still get my look. So the point is there's multiple different methods to get to the look you want. But when changing each of the parameters within those methods, you're going to change the overall aesthetic of the look. And see, if you notice, look at this nice shadow on my face. Because I have my key light directing right towards my cheek. But if I put my key light in front of me, now watch, I'm going to turn with my foot. Watch as I turn the key light onto my face. I can continue to light my face more and more. Or I can bring the key light all the way to my side and really just expose for this side of my face. The key light is literally just brushing the front of my nose. So these are all the small differences that I want you to think about. I want you to pay attention and learn these. And you can learn these all by yourself in a room. Pick a room, start with the room completely dark, and then work your way from there. And that is how you find the lighting that you want. Or if you do want to emulate someone else's lighting, it's also how you can find how they light the room that you like so much that you would like to emulate. All right, friends. There's a quick video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it taught you something. I'll see you in the next one.